Hey there! Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Back with a new Magic the Gathering Arena Mythic Rank deck guide. In standard best of one today, playing with black and white Orzhov Superfriends. We'll be using Planeswalkers to beat down our opponent with the new Spark Rupture enchantment, which actually makes all of our Planeswalkers creatures. It's quite sensational. Very excited to break down the deck list within today's video, discussing, the strategies and synergies held within the build, and then we'll demonstrate this, like I said, against our Mythic ranked gameplay footage, or opponents, the best decks and players in the world right now, and then wrapping up with our final thoughts, deck review, and channel news. Sadly, still waiting for our next box of packs to come in. Thanks so much for your support. Like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord. There is plenty going on. You can check out my link tree if you're looking to navigate throughout any of those activities, and just kick back, relax, enjoy. Let's get after it. Orzhov Superfriends is the name of the game, and you can see just how many Planeswalkers we have in the build and the new enchantment, which I'm very excited to talk about, Spark Rupture. But before we get there, let's start out with a good base. Now that's going to be removal within a control/mid-range deck like this. 3 copies of Cut Down, instant speed for 1 mana, destroying target creature with total power and toughness of 5 or less. 2 copies of Fateful Absence, also at instant speed for 2 mana. Destroying target creature or planeswalker its controller investigates. Now this will entail the creation of a clue token artifact in which the controller can pay 2 to sacrifice it, resulting in a draw. 2 copies of Go for the Throat, also 2 mana at instant speed, destroying target non-artifact creature. Sheoldred's Edict for 2 mana, instant speed as well, choosing one of the 3 following modes. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, each opponent sacrifices a creature token, and finally, each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. Legions to Ashes for 3 mana at sorcery speed, exiling target non-land permanent an opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as the permanent. Into some more serious control, Path of Peril for 3 mana, sorcery speed, destroying all creatures with mana value 2 or less. We can cleave for 6 to destroy all creatures. 5 mana, sorcery speed, Sunfall, exile all creatures, incubate X, where X was the number of creatures exiled this way. 3 copies of Farewell for 6 at sorcery, choosing one or more of the following 4 modes, exiling all artifacts, exiling all creatures, exiling all enchantments, and finally exiling all graveyards. So there is a ton of control within the deck. Keep in mind that some of our planeswalkers will have control elements that we look to take advantage of as well. Now we can sustain ourselves, with some life gain, with some draw. Sunset's Revelry for 2 mana, sorcery speed. If an opponent has more life than you, gain 4 life. If they control more creatures than you, create 2 1/1 tokens. And if they have more cards in hand than you, draw a card. What an absolute bomb of a card. So much value here. Union of the Third Path for 3 mana at instant speed, drawing a card, and then gaining life equal to the number of cards we have in our hand, right? Very, very good. The instant speed is nice, as we are able to now hold up removal. If we don't need to use removal, boom, hit him with the Union. And then we're into our planeswalkers. 3 copies of Liliana of the Veil for 3 mana, 3 starting loyalty +1. Each player discards a card. -2, target player sacrifices a creature. Now this is the most favored mode, as it is 3 mana removal, plus remains in play as residual value that you can take advantage of in your coming turns. The same goes for the Wandering Emperor for 4 mana, 3 starting loyalty with flash, and she can actually activate her loyalty abilities at instant speed the turn she enters play. +1. Putting a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, it'll gain first Strickles until the end of turn. -1, creating a 2/2 Samurai with Vigilance. And then finally, -2, exiling target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. Now this is the mode that we favor, as it will remove one of our opponent's creatures, just like Liliana. Sorin the Mirthless for 4 mana, 4 starting loyalty, +1, allowing us to look at the top card of our library. We can choose to reveal it. If we do, we can put it into our hand and lose life equal to its mana value. -2, creating a 2/3 token with flying and lifelink. -7, dealing 13 damage to any target, and you gain 13 life. Moving now into our heavier planeswalkers, the Eternal Wanderer for 6 mana, 5 starting loyalty. No more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. +1, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. 0, creating a 2/2 token with double strike. And -4, for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures not chosen this way. Nice field wipe, and that will be our chosen mode. We love -4. It's basically a field wipe. And the +1 is nice because it can delete tokens, right? Because they can't exist in exile. They just cease to exist and, they're not coming back. Vraska's Betrayal Sting for 6 mana. We can choose to pay 2 life for the Phyrexian Black that you see here. Via the completed, it will, if we do so, enter with 2 less loyalty. So 6 mana, 6 loyalty, 5 mana, 4 loyalty to start. A 0 ability that will draw you a card, lose 1 life, and proliferate. -2, target creature becomes a treasure artifact and can be tapped to add mana of any color to your pool. Our, favored mode here, as it does, again, remove, a creature. And then -9, if target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get the number equal to the difference. And, of course, that we can use that 0 ability, and that will proliferate 9 to 10. That is an alternative win con here for us. Kaya, the Intangible Slayer, for 8 big ones. This is no joke. Or sorry, 7 mana only. LOL. Feels like 8. When you're trying to get 7, it's like, how many mana do I need? It's a 6 loyalty planeswalker with hexproof, so it can't be targeted. It needs to be attacked or forced sacrifice. Edict can do this. +2, which is great. Each opponent will lose 3 life. You gain 3 life. 0 ability here, allowing you to draw 2 cards, and each opponent may scry 1. Very, very, very good, right? And then -3, exile target creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 spirit with flying in addition to its other types. And again, this is most likely our favored mode, as it does remove one of our opponent's permanents. So all of our planeswalkers, other than Sorin, can, well, Sorin can with the -7, but, I wouldn't count on that, remove or help control the field state on entry with their first activation, right? This is really nice. And then remain in play so we can accumulate additional value as the turns go on through those other loyalty abilities, right? So through controlling the field, gaining value, dunking on our opponent over and over, we can then finish off with the cherry on top here. Spark Rupture for 3 mana and enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. So this is nice. And then each planeswalker with 1 or more loyalty counters on it will lose all of its abilities, and is now a creature with power and toughness equal to that number of loyalty counters. Very, very cool for 2 reasons. A, it's going to give us a massive field state in which we can attack with 3, 4, 5 planeswalkers, most likely for lethal, alongside some of the token creatures that we'll create within the deck, right? But on the other side of that equation, your opponent's planeswalkers are now creatures. They're much easier to remove now than they were. We see planeswalkers in, full stride. This deck is a good example of that. They are hard to deal with. Not a lot of stuff hits them effectively. Red can deal damage to multiple targets at once, but that's really the only way that we're dealing with multiple planeswalkers at a time. However, if we Rupture, say our opponent's playing a Super Friends deck like we are, we Rupture, bring 5 planeswalkers into the battlefield, and then boom, hit them with like a Sunfall or something, right? And now we've dealt with multiple planeswalkers at once. Very expensive, multiple cards, but it's going to be easier, I think, than anything else that's available, especially if you're playing white, right? So I love Spark Rupture. It's really cool, both offensively, defensively. We have Mirrex. It can make the mites in a control deck like this. That can alone win you games also. the Shattered Sanctum and the Cave of Koilos for our dual lands to make sure our mana base is consistent. And Seed of the Empire and Abandoned Mire as our utility lands, along with quite a few basics here. So I think we have 25 lands in the deck on a 3.3 average mana value, zero creatures and 35 non-creatures. A very value-oriented control deck that I do hope you all enjoy. So with that being said, we're going to get into today's gameplay footage. We have some phenomenal matches for you. Again, against the best decks and players in the world, and then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and all the goodies that come along with that. So cheers, like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord, but most importantly, have an absolute magical day, kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're on the slow-o. Go for the Throne on 2. Union on 3. Hey! I don't appreciate that. They're definitely taking Kaya. They take anything other than the Kaya, they're coming back again. Right? Get out of my hand, bro! Get out of my hand, bro! Do you think that high-level screech voice is enough to keep them away? They come back again, that's going to be sad. But if they don't... Black only has Edict. This might be pretty good advantage against mono black. Especially if they're a control-oriented build. Because now they can't play their Shieldred. Looking for their Edict, I guess. Yeah, wow. What do we toss? That's a big question here. I'm going to take a fat draw. No land. And we already played Mirix's turn.
Drop it.
We have a ton of life. But I like the creatures to block. Well... I don't know. What if they don't play any creatures? Hi. How are you? It's a pretty easy minus. I think, right? The plus is such good value, though. I should have killed it. I was being greedy. 2 damage is fine. Okay. Because if we can get to Lily's minus... Secret hidden ability on Lily? Do nothing? Well, when the field's empty, I guess. So... They're out of cards now, unless they cast instant speed. Okay. Dismantled by a single card. 1 Liliana to win the game. That's phenomenal. That's all it took. Should we eat half their lands? No. Wait till they play something. And if they play an edict off the top, I'll cry. All that work for nothing. I mean, I guess.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Okay. Removal's nice to take. Hey! You wish. Let's make the token. Pretty good damage output at this point.
Remember your training. Drop it.
Big chillin'. Yeah, Lily's secret -6 mode. I mean, I'm not sure taking half their lands is really going to do much for us at that point. But that plus ability, while threatening the -2, oh my gosh. It like, we didn't do anything. I didn't do anything but discard cards. Oh my gosh. Going first, 3 land is pretty cool. I like to play a slow land first if we don't have a 1-drop. Obviously, we have land. It could come in on 3 and allow us to cast the things that we need, but still, out of a habit, I like to get this out early. Are you there? With a Malaroni, gotta find those lands, right? That's step 1 of your game. Oh, I'm on all red. I hate my life. That's step 2 of the game. Chicky Doodle went to town, dealing all the damage. Bro. They're playing on their Blackberry, you can tell. I may Fateful Absence a bigger threat like Feldon. If not, it's just an edict on the bird. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but get out of here. We're racing to Kaya. If we get Kaya out against Mono Red, GG, baby. So we've got 2 land. We're building to 3. Oh, just play 1 creature, though. Okay. Thanks. Oh. I mean, it's not a big threat. I like the life gain. It's only 1 extra life. Let's have Lily draw the play with fire that's in their hand, right? We can deal with Voldarian Epicure. We draw some spell damage that's not going to hit our player, our H-Pizzles. Oh my god. Our health points. For the uninitiated. So this should draw, I think, a play with fire.
One of your friends has to leave.
Just drawing rope, HGG. A well-placed Liliana is going to get you roped, let's be honest. They killed it? Nice. All right, let's just find our land. That's a good card. No land, 5 life. Why didn't I get the land? It just feels rude. Rude. Trying to get to Ukiah. Path is nice, but not yet, I don't think. 21 is good. NoLand.com. Oh my gosh. Not impressed. I don't think they're too impressed either. Two cards in their hand. They can cycle with the... And I think that's the holdup for them is these blood tokens. What do you think they're alt-tabbed into? Right? Oh, did you guys see that? Someone was playing Magic Arena on a Game Boy Color. That was one of the best posts of this year as far as I'm concerned. It's how the client was, you know, made to run. It's organic state. Well, I'm not going to leave it sit there. I'll still pick it up. Where's the land? Wait till we exile their enchantment. If your opponent falls asleep, you have to wake them up, right? Just scream bro at the top of your lungs. Thank you. Now what do we need? 3 more? We have to get there before they kill us with spell damage. We do have more life gain in the deck. There's plenty of it here. Why are you opening? Thank you. Sunset's Revelry. I can gain his life. We have Unions here for more life gain. The Wandering Emperor. Sorin the Mirthless. And then Kaya, which is in hand, but we'll need some land to get there. So, you know, will we find it? Maybe. Is it there? Absolutely. We've got some removal that should help us, you know, find it. Play another creature, dude. Just quit. You can't get away with this. Right? I've got this field wipe, but I refuse to. We should have just done it to begin with, I guess. I was like, no, we're going to get more value out of this, but we're not. Cycle another blood token. Come on, we're all waiting. Or not. Thank you. Getting closer. This is 5 available mana. We only need 2 more lands. Ropers are active. I feel like sometimes they just have a really bad device. Because I know that there's a massive difference within my input speed when I'm playing on my studio/gaming computer as opposed to when I'm out on my laptop. And I don't even attempt to play on my phone. My phone is so old. When I'm on my desktop computer, though, you know, click, 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 click. I'm so fast. And the game is fairly fast for me. Like the client, it loads. The deck builder's got to be the slowest thing. And you notice it magnified. Like when I use the deck builder on my laptop, and I have a nice laptop, you know, a very good laptop. It is still just like, heyo. Is that what it's like, HGG? No, that's what I'm like. We got the land. We just need 1 more. But the deck builder on my laptop is unbearable. And I think that my laptop's really good. So people are probably playing on devices far, you know, below the recommended specs, so that's probably a big part of it. Really? No land. Sparrow dead. Sparrow dead! We could have just drawn. Do we like that? No. Because that's going to be in play when we play Kaya, and then I can't use her life gain ability. Big damage to 14. What you got, Willis? Ooh, that's not good. I do not appreciate. Thank you. Okay. We can pack it up. It's got hexproof. They have to attack it with creatures. Oh, and it's a +2, which is hard to get. Not really with 2 Warfares, though. If they attacked with Squee, Squee would hit for 4. The token would hit for 3. They could hit it for 7 with a Squee, and then Kumano would hit it for an additional 3. So, I mean, you know, we're not safe by any means, but it's a good start. And we have to try to get there. Okay, and I think we do. Plays a Squee anyways. It does hit for 4. It's a big hit, right? Luckily, we've saved from the very start, as patiently as we can, the Path of Peril. Path of Patience, maybe we should rename it? I would not want to go up that hillside on a horse and buggy with, you know, I'd be like, I'll walk. Thank you very much. Meet you at the top. They just attack my person. That's audacious. If they weren't troping before, they will be soon. I like this because we get the creature. And that's like an emergency block. And then the cool thing here is Kaya can actually +2 while simultaneously dealing 3 damage. And then attack for lethal. Right? That's cool. I'll take the damage. I think. Lightnings would hit us for 5. They could have 2 lightnings in hand. So I can't take it. They could have 2 lightning strikes in hand. They hit for 5 apiece, which would be lethal if we get hit by the bird for 3. I ain't having it. Could you imagine? That'd be a good finish for them. Swift Spear's out to defend. So let's go like this. We're going to destroy it. Then we're going to plus Kaya. Play the land. Spark Rupture Kaya into play. Draw a card. Just for, and a little extra sauce. I know we already had lethal, but it's quick, it's quick, it's quick. How's that for a win con? That's a 12-12 Kaya. That's actually pretty cool. Hitting for lethal with, like, come on. Stop it. Going first. Woohoo! Keeping 7. Leaving all creatures with mana value 2 or less. Picking up. Bringing up with Go for the Throat. Building into Path. I think this is a domain deck. So a lot of our removals, you know, not great. Cut down, for example, is dead. Path on their end step. Hopefully get Sorin out. This is going to be a hard matchup for us. Like, they excel in the late game. Like, this deck is ridiculous. At Raxa, at Raxa. And they have, like, 3 leyline bindings in hand, most likely. Oh, without doubt. Without doubt, bruh. It's minus just, you know, 2 permanents. Yeah. Say it ain't so. Looking for you, farewell. 2 lands and a farewell. Should be fine. The mana value on... Well, this is a 2 mana, but this is 3. We have more cards than them. We have more life than them. Let's make some blockos. And then we'll hold up, go for the throat. For our BEA. Beautiful creature. They're gonna take a secondary copy, I'm sure. Sometimes it's better to wait, I guess. But what do you do? They're dealing 7 damage. It would tie us up. To start. I should have done that. Well, no, we would have the same. That wouldn't have worked. I'll grab some life, whatever. They have more creatures than us. But we'd get the draw. I think we're always going to get the draw at this point, though. Let's hold out and hang in the back. We're big chillin'. Better pull out that birdie. Birdie, 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 A. Bro, I'm here all week. From the same author from Beloved Deck 84 presents New Deck 85. That's funny. It's just what I needed. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if it didn't draw 5 cards every time. Not like this. Oh, what will you get? What are you slamming now? Well, we know what you're slamming, but what, you know? An angel? And a Sunfall, which they're not going to cast. Does that stay in exile? It does. Brutal, dude. Okay, looking for that 6th land. Is that my Sunfall? Does it go in their hand if they don't cast it? I don't play with broken cards, so I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think that's their own Sunfall. So we're gonna get smashed here. But, you know, 2 creatures, a draw. Please, may I have a land? Thank you. You guys showed that shuffler the right respect. Always, right? Okay, so there's probably definitely some recursion. We've dealt with one permanently. I'm sure there's a second. Oh, no. I mean, I guess we'll throw this out and limit the poison counters. Indestructible. We're gonna have to take that with the Wanderer, hey? It's brutal, dude! Where's my 7th land? That would be so good right now. Just take the life gain. I want to probably Legion the Leyline Binding. I take it now in case there's like a counter spell on my Wanderer. I know the Angel can hit the Wanderer now, that sucks, but what would suck more is not getting a Tali and losing. Yes? Please, sir, may I have some more? Oh. Oh. Farewell is a good start. Not great. Not feeling so good about this. I don't think there's much haste attacking. There could be a flash Wanderer, but we can deal with the token. We just need some more land, I guess. And them not to do anything. Okay, we need that 7th land. So bad. Without that 7 lands, we are in bad shape. Barred shape, brother. Get invaded? I feel invaded at this point in the match. Like, stop playing this card. It's a card I've not actually played a lot with. It's like, sometimes I feel bad playing with cards. They're so good. Land off the top untapped. Hey, but that's allowable. Still need that land, though. Untapped land off the top. Oh my god. Wait till they start bringing it back from the grave. Hey, that's the 4th one. That's the 4th copy of it. So we have that to look forward to. There's 1 in exile, 2 in the graveyard, and 1 in the battlefield. Oh my gosh. I just need that untapped land. Please. All my lands in this deck are untapped. There's no slow Orzhov lands. So just a land off the top, please. Or farewell. Or I'll take a farewell as well. A land or farewell. Heck, I'll even take Sunfall at this point. Actually, I'll just take this Path of Peril, to be honest. We have what we need, but to exile would be better. I want the exile. I want the exile. Destroy's cool, but I want the exile. I want my Planeswalker back, bruh. I'm down to 10. Ouch. There are 20 cards. I'm at 37. What? Okay. All 4 copies dealt with, but 3 of them are in the grave. And that's, you know, less than ideal. We see probably more. Oh my god. That sucks. For them. No, not really. Still kind of sucks for us, but we're not out of it yet. We will lose our Wanderer. But we survive, and that's important. They probably have more of those at this point. Would really suck too, but... Oh, and we have Legion. We should have Legioned. We'll Legion for the next patch. Right? Legion the next batch. Wanted to Legion these ley lines, though. Could exile the enchantment. I think I might still just take the Stomper.
I was expecting a more impressive enemy.
Well, I mean, we could go up to 8. I also really like the draw. Let's take their creature. We inherently get a blocker, which I'm sure they'll just deal with because it's a token. And we probably just lose Kaya. But, you know, let's see. We just take the draw. You know, I don't think that's great either. The plus is good for 1 turn. But then we're in trouble. Alright, so they're just going to take the token and then hit Kaya. Not good. Yeah, maybe we should have +2. Okay. I'll definitely allow this. Right, that 3/3 is kind of annoying here.
Off you go.
How many herd migrations do they use? That is good. They're going to hit their invasion. Not even killing Lily, that's disrespectful. But I guess they can attack with the invasion. It having haste is kind of broken. Where's Farewell? Does this card not... I have 3 copies of Farewell. This looks pretty grim. Take Lion, grab a draw. We'd have 10. 3, we'd have... You know, we could get a Farewell. Pay 6 for Farewell. I don't think we can take 7. We'd be better off to take 6 and deal with the threat.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
I mean, they still have more ley lines. It's not good. A full hand. We only have 4 life. All they need is another angel for lethal. How many angels have we seen? 1, 2, 3. Did they run 4 angels? Probably. Oh, and then we're dead. Good game. We were going to be dead the other way as well, so we were forced to use our Legion a little bit earlier than we wanted. Yeah, I mean, just what a busted deck. There's no other deck that can excel within the mid-range game like this domain deck. Really good match. We survive fairly well. You know, just maybe a little bit more draw would have been nice there at the end. Maybe I should have Kaya plus. Just, you know, it's little things like this. What do you think? Let me know. Oakley Dokley. Orzhov Superfriends. Very, very good. How about some Stone Brain? And we can exile at Raxa from our reality. Right? Get out of here! That match was so hard. I don't even know how many times I played that card. Too many, I'm afraid. You know, really, really a lot of fun, though. I do think that we could definitely deal with that, or at least sideboard against it with the Stone Brain. I had some other ideas that I'd like to share with you. This is not a sideboard for traditional best of 3. This is a maybe board. These are cards I considered while building the deck that you see before you. Rite of Oblivion, more exile. We don't have a lot of tokens to sacrifice other than the Sunset. All right, Arc Fiend can put out a lot of damage if we're destroying our opponent's goodies, but it's a creature. We don't want to play with creatures. A lot of our stuff is exile. That's why we don't run it. Shouldered, yeah, sure. You know, if you feel like you're not winning enough games, put Shouldered in the deck. I just didn't want to, you know, use a crutch in today's video, right? It's a strong enough deck, you won't need it, but if you want to win every single game in the world, sure, throw Shouldered in there. I love Edgar, you know, kind of on the same note of Right, but then we're playing more of a mid-range, less control deck, with more creatures and tokens and less planeswalkers. Gix's Command, you know, on that same note, it's really going to go better with the creature variant, not the walkers. Shoulder's so good, it made it into the deck twice. You know, no, this is a different copy of it, but same thing, you know, we're trying to, you know, not focus on the creatures. Archangel, I really kind of wanted to make this a mid-range deck, but we ended up going with planeswalkers instead of creatures. Destroy Evil, I think this is great right now. Just settling on Legions to Ash because it can deal with everything. You know, maybe get some tokens along the way. Ossification, you know, kind of thinking about this a little bit, but we don't want to hit it with our own Farewell. Sunder the Gateway, you know, we like it. Enchantment Artifact, pretty decent, but at the end of the day, we're just probably going to hit those with Farewell anyways. The Silex came really close to, you know, making it into the deck. We like the ability, but, you know, unfortunately, I think it's maybe not the greatest. And then same thing with Urza, Symbols of Titans. Really cool top ends, but, you know, it's maybe just a win more card, right? That's what I have for you today. No pack opening. Sad, sad, sad. But what we do have is the Lord of the Rings collector boxes. Tore into 2 of those, all conveniently located in a playlist. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day. Of course, if you have any comments or whatever, hit me up below. Yeah, just take care, and we'll see you soon in the next, okay?